Hi, I'm Mike from 1A Auto. We've been selling auto parts for over 30 years.
In this video, we'll be removing and replacing a steering wheel in a 2009 Chevy Suburban. If you need this part or other parts for your vehicle, click the link in the description and head over to 1aauto.com. We're going to remove the airbag. Before we do that, we want to make sure we take the key out, make sure the steering wheel is straight with the wheels going straight ahead, and we're going to disconnect the battery. I'm going to use a 10mm wrench. We're going to disconnect the negative post on the battery. Just loosen this up a little bit. And I can grab it and wiggle it back and forth. I can take it and put it up, tuck it out of the way. Once the battery's disconnected, before we go to work on the airbag, we want to wait 1 minute. That will drain all the capacitors out of the modules and it'll be safe to work on. Okay. To disconnect the airbag, we're going to need a blunt tool. This was actually a straight pick that had broken anyway, so we just filed down a little bit to make it flat. So what you're going to do is right in this hole over here, you're going to have to feel around, and I'll show you once I pull the airbag out where it is, but there is a little spring that you have to push on that retains the airbag in there. It's somewhat difficult to do. Gotta feel around for it. And then push a little pressure and then pull. And we're gonna do the same with the other side. You push that down and this pulls right up. And this is where it's clipped in. And I'll show you those little springs in here. As you can see, my blunt tool is in here, so you have to feel around here. And when it's in place, you're pushing that in. It's somewhat difficult to do, but if you feel around, you can push it in. To disconnect the connectors, I'm going to use a straight blade tool. Just get underneath this lock right here. You could use a pick also. Pull that out. And pull the other one out as well. Just get under there. Pull that. You can actually just pull it up. The other one pulled out completely. And then there's two retainers here, two locks. I'm going to push those in. I'm going to use my finger for one, and screwdriver for the other, and that'll pull out. See, those are the two locks. And then same with the white one. Pull that out. And we can pull the airbag out. We want to set this down on a bench, just like this. Make sure there's nothing electrical near it. You do not want to set it on its face. You want a 13/16 socket extension and a ratchet. Put it on the nut. We're going to hold the steering wheel and just break it loose. So before I pull the nut off completely, the steering wheel is stuck down. What you can do is to get it off, just shake the wheel back and forth gently while you're pulling up. And sometimes you actually need a puller. This one, I was just able to wiggle it back and forth. You want to be careful not to pull too hard or you'll bend the steering wheel. But if you use a puller, you can put the puller in those two holes and put the center in there. But leaving the nut on there will prevent the steering wheel from hitting you in the face. while you're removing it. Now we can remove the nut. Now the steering wheel is keyed, so it only goes on one way. There's a little key on there, so you don't have to worry about marking it on this vehicle. Pull that up. Now we're going to disconnect this connector. Use a straight blade screwdriver. Just stick it underneath there. Just slightly while we pull the connector off. And these two airbag wires will go straight through. Now we're going to install our steering wheel with this connector, and we want to feed these two wires for the airbag through that hole there. As we're going down, we're going to connect this connector. Push it down, and then you see the arrow. You're going to line that up with the shaft of the steering wheel column. So we're going to reinstall the nut. The nut has a nylon retainer that pretty much locks the nut from loosening. So you want that facing you. You want that part of the nut up. Stick that on. And start tightening it with our 13/16 socket, extension, and ratchet. All right, we're going to torque this nut to 30 foot-pounds. This lock popped off when we were taking it out, so we're going to put that back in first. It's going to go on like that. I don't want to push it all the way down. Just get it just in there like that. Now we'll reconnect our airbag. So there's grooves in these terminals. You can see there's two on there. You can see on the airbag, two grooves on that side. So this one goes in like this. And once that clicks, then you can push the lock down like that. And then this white one has one groove, and the groove goes right there. Lock that, and lock it. And the airbag's in the right position. Make sure the wires aren't pinched or anything. Push it. And then we're going to line these two little tabs up with those holes. And push it down. We're going to reconnect our battery. Grab the negative cable. Hook it back up. Now I'm going to use my 10mm wrench and tighten down the nut. Not too tight. You don't want to break the terminal. Tighten it, check it, make sure it doesn't wiggle. Seems good. So we're going to turn the key on. You want your body not pressed right up against the airbag. This is a safe repair. It should not go off, but just in case something does happen, you want your body further away. So you can turn the key on, and we're going to look at the airbag light right here, and it should flash 7 times and then go out. And it did. And that means your airbag system is working properly.
Thanks for watching. Visit us at oneauto.com for quality auto parts, fast and free shipping, and the best customer service in the industry.